Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. Good morning to you. It's 9:33. That means the New York session is open for about 3 minutes. We're into the fourth candle now on the 1 minute chart. This is the Three Sisters. It's the NASDAQ, S&P, and the Dow side by side with VWAP, volume weighted average price, 2.5 standard deviation bands. Watching things happen here, more or less in sync. NASDAQ holding up a little bit better than the other two. S&P and the Dow. Flip you over to the trading grid. Watch this happen. It's 9:33 as I mentioned. Almost 9. Now it's 9:34 right there. New 1 minute candle on this chart over here. It's the 2 minute. I'll make it the 1 minute. There we go. Watching this thing react. I typically don't trade in the first 10 minutes of the session. And very often not even the first half hour. Unless something sets up and says, hey, come on in. Give this a coin flip and see how we do. Of course, it's much more than just a coin flip, but I think you know what I mean if you've been here for a while. All right, I'm going to put you on pause for now. I'll bring you back, and if anything sets up here, we'll enjoy this together. Pause. And still watching here, guys. We've seen a big rejection wick here on the 30-minute chart. As you can see way over here on the bottom left-hand side, the daily up in the top left-hand side, of course. We have broken yesterday's low quite handily, as a matter of fact. And looking to see if this thing's now going to reject it right out of zone. All right, guys, here we go. Looking for a trend continuation trade here. 2 seconds. All right, sell stop, guys, right here. Sell stop. Right there. Risking 25 points. I'm going to fix these markers in a moment. Sell. And I'm in, guys. I'm in. I'm short the Dow. Right there. Trend continuation. Nice orderly pullback. I'll fix these markers now. Looking for an ultimate 2R, but my first target will be 1R. Tricky entry. This is a feeling, and it has everything to do with what I'm seeing here too, of course. Dropping, holding up on the NAS. On the Dow, pardon me, versus the NAS. S&P rejecting at VWAP, and that's important. And Dow just below VWAP, that's important as well. But no guarantees on this, far from it. Risking 25 to make 50 potentially. That's my extreme target. My first target again will be 1R, 25 points. Actual entry is there, as you saw. First target 1R. Second target is 1.5R. Third target is 2R. First target, of course, 1R. I think I said that right. My mind was somewhere else here, just watching 3 or 4 screens at the same time here. Trying to keep my eye on this. Very important to the trade. Three Sisters. See if we can get some follow through here. First trade of the day. Trend continuation trade, guys. Impulse down, corrective back up. Looking for an impulse continuation, at least to get back down here to the bottom, right? Fill this initial first candle that we see over here. There's a weakness across the board. Not as much now. Not loving the way this is looking here, but we'll let this play out and see what happens. So this looks like it might be turning into a zone reversal trade here instead of a trend continuation, and that's just trading. If I get stopped out here, it's a routine business expense in my trading practice, 1R. Every now and then we have to pay some expenses. Like any business, you might have a electricity bill, a water bill, office supply bill, paying employees, payroll, building lease, all kinds of business expenses that every business has. And we don't get bent out of shape about that. Well, we might not like how big some of the expenses are, but you get the idea. These are routine expenses, and every month as a day trader, certainly you're going to have expenses. The bill's going to come in. And this is the way the market issues, if I get stopped out here, business expenses. Or operating expenses. Perfectly normal. But who knows? We might get lucky here. There's a divergence happening now. I'm watching this on a different screen. You can see how we now have new highs, almost new highs for the session. This is the New York session here, guys, the dark background. On the NASDAQ, not quite on the S&P, and still below VWAP on the Dow. This is kind of helping me out a little bit here, keeping me alive at the very least for a few minutes here. We'll see how long that lasts. I still like the trade idea. Especially given the time of day, it was the right trade to take, no matter what happens, whether I win or lose. This is about playing the odds and probabilities. This is a setup that has worked very well for me over time, and that's what we're dealing with here. This stop loss right here is basically at VWAP. And so if the Dow wants to come back to VWAP or break above, then I will be stopped out for 1R. And that's okay. We actually tapped a new low for the move. There you go. And another one. Here we go. This trade is far from over, I can assure you. Anything can happen here. Now there's news in less than 4 minutes. And remind my group of that. All right, guys, so there's news coming out in under 2 minutes. Now, I normally don't enter a trade right before news. We've been in this trade for quite some time, and it's playing out in a reasonable fashion. Right now, the idea is still very much intact. If I have an existing trade, I will sometimes stay in and then tighten my stop or trail so that I'm protected on the downside. This is not one of those major, this is a red folder news alert. It's the ISM Services PMI, but it's not one of the ones that, it's not like the interest rate release or NFP, non-farm payrolls, or one of those, or interest rate decisions, inflation numbers and so forth, CPI, PPI. But it can have quite an effect. So I'm going to stay in this one in my own account. Again, I'm not really talking about what I'm doing in my own account, and we're trading as if we are testing different models or demonstrating different models for various traders to consider. But I will tell you what, I just did tell you what I typically do in a situation like this. I may close out the position in a small profit here, for instance, 45 seconds left now, or tighten my stop or something of that nature. But I will let you decide what you do in a situation. I certainly wouldn't be in this if this was PPI, CPI, NFP, or any of those interest rate decision style news releases. Here we go. 25 seconds left. This trade remains open. Ten seconds left now. 2, 1 now. There it goes. Target 1 has been hit. Target 2 has been hit. And I'm guessing target 3 is going to get hit. And target 3 is hit. 2R. Thanks for being with me, guys. I'm going to pause it and I'll bring you back and show you what happened next, but stay with me. All right, guys, well, we're back, and I just wanted to show you what happened next, as I mentioned. So this was a very nice exit, obviously, and just seemed to work out well. So this news really helped. This news candle here helped the trade, and played that conservatively in my own account as well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support. I'm sure we'll see you a little bit later. It's only 10:05, and there might be more activity and more action coming our way. Have a good one, guys. Thanks again.